At least 2 adults were killed in a bus crash carrying Farmingdale High School students on their way to band camp. Tonight, state police identified the victims. You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Authorities say one of the adults who died was Gina Pelletieri of Massapequa. She was a director of Farmingdale High School's marching band. The other was 77-year-old Beatrice Ferrari of Farmingdale. Now, state police say another 5 or 6 passengers were critically injured when it rolled over and went down an embankment along I-84 in Orange County. Authorities spoke about a possible cause for the crash.
At this time, preliminary information indicates a failure of a front tire may have been a contributing factor.
But imagine the fear, the screams, in the aftermath. When these high school students, many of them freshmen, were surrounded by this chaos.
Farmingdale students go to this band camp in Pennsylvania every year. The science teacher told Newsday the band has about 100 members, but cheerleaders and kickline also go to band camp. Sherry Einhorn spoke to worried parents and students who showed up at the high school this evening.
About the bus, and he wrote, "Yes, it's not my bus." So then he texted me back. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're okay, but we're not on our way yet because there's a lot of ambulance and police."
Frantic parents here in Farmingdale desperate for information about the safety of their kids after getting word of a bus crash on I-84 upstate. The bus was carrying band students from Farmingdale High School who were on their way to Pennsylvania for their annual band camp trip. Word spread quickly in all of the schools in Farmingdale as kids on the trip were posting on social media.
It was just sad because I wasn't crying, but some of my friends was tearing up a little bit. It was tragic. It was sad.
There were 6 buses on the trip. The district says only 1 was involved in the accident. Some students from that bus are now being taken to a community college nearby. Kids on the other buses are heading back here to Farmingdale High School.
So many of us know them and we're friends with them. It's just a very scary thing, and you wouldn't know that would happen. So we just thought that so many of them were so excited to go.
Now, earlier this evening, we saw what appeared to be a caravan of several passenger cars and a passenger van leaving Farmingdale High School with a Nassau police escort. We're waiting to hear back from the district as to whether those were parents of students involved in the crash who might be heading upstate. That's the very latest now in Farmingdale. I'm Sherry Einhorn for Newsday TV.
Now, for the latest on the Farmingdale High School bus crash, go to Newsday.com. And now to a story you'll see only in Newsday. Rex Heuermann's lawyers are asking the court to allow the nearly 300 guns taken from his home to be sold so the money can go to his family. The suspected Gilgo killer's attorney said the guns have, quote, significant financial value. The attorney for Heuermann's estranged wife said the family is struggling financially between health issues and damage to their home. Now, detectives also seized ammunition, bullet fragments, and shell casings from the Massapequa Park home during their 12-day search. The 60-year-old architect is facing murder charges in the killings of 3 women and is a prime suspect in a 4th. And a teacher in the Herrick School District has been removed from the classroom after a disturbing video surfaced. The district says the upsetting video is circulating on multiple platforms. Law enforcement in the district are investigating the school or grade the teacher works in has not been released. And the town of Huntington is investing $290,000 to install 4 new pickleball courts in Whitman Park. Players say there's a growing demand.
There are a lot of tennis courts that are empty most of the day, and that they can convert them to pickleball courts very easily by adding extra lines.
The 4 new courts are part of a bigger plan to update the town's parks. And Jones Beach is getting ready to host Saturday's Northwell Health Ironman competition. Athletes from around the world will start with a 1.2-mile swim in Zacks Bay. Then they'll get out by the Jones Beach Theater and take their bikes onto a completely closed Wantagh Parkway for a 56-mile ride. The race ends on the sand with a 13.1-mile run along Jones Beach. All right, let's take a look at your Long Island weather. It was very nice today. Tonight we have Temps in the 50s to mid 50s. And tomorrow it's going to be a gorgeous day with clouds overhead with temps in the high 60s, if not low 70s.
High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
A girls' soccer star is making history on Elmont's varsity's football team. Carissa Kelman has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Felt like it was a perfect opportunity just to join the team.
When the Elmont football team went looking for a kicker, their vision was crystal clear. They set their sights on none other than star soccer player Amira Elrington Edwards.
And I find out she's a top 100 soccer player, phenomenal soccer player, and our team needed a kicker, and some of the guys were like, hey, Amira can kick, looking at trying to get a soccer player, so we approached her, and she was all for it, and she fits right in with the team.
Came to the football field and transitioned over really well.
And quickly, too. Elrington Edwards successfully completed both extra point attempts in the Spartans' home opener, becoming the first female in school district history to score points for a football team.
The first game, I definitely was nervous because I felt like a lot of pressure, because it was a home game, all the fans were in the crowd, but it was very exhilarating.
Once she kicked it, everybody was all happy. He was on the sideline, he was jumping around. Even though we lost, it was still a win in our eyes.
You were 2 for 2 in that game.
Yeah.
Did you expect it?
No, not necessarily. No, to be honest. I think I just had to get the experience of doing it in game, and then I feel much more comfortable now.
We'll be in practice, and she'll miss a field goal, and she won't just brush it off. She'll make sure she hits the next one, the next one, and the next one, and she's also not afraid to say, "Coach, one more, or let's get it right."
While her coaches and teammates say Amira is an inspiration on the field, she hopes to be an inspiration to the fans in the stands.
There was younger girls that were like, oh my gosh, is that a girl playing? Felt really good to be the first and blaze a trail for other girls.
Almont, we have athletes, boys, girls, and we can come together.
In Elmont, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
She can play, she can play. Now, to read more exclusive local sports stories, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Fall officially starts this weekend, and there are fairs and festivals all over the island. Here's a preview that you'll see only in Newsday.
These penguins are already ready for Halloween, and there are so many fall festivities to look forward to.
Long Island is really gearing up for fall. There's a fall festival happening almost every weekend from September through November, including here at the Long Island Aquarium in Riverhead. This festival happens on October 28th, but there is going to be fall and Halloween fun all month long at the Long Island Aquarium. The tree house outside is going to be transformed into a haunted tree house where little kids can climb 5 stories of fun, and it'll be decorated with not so spooky haunts, so it's appropriate for the littles.
You can see some scary stuff happening in the coral reef already.
This is to preview the Bats, Barnacles, and Broomsticks Festival that comes to Long Island Aquarium in October. It's fun for the whole family. You're encouraged to come in costume, and even the animals come and get involved in the fun. Look at that mermaid skeleton. And if you love the water, there are other festivals that you'll love for the fall, including the Maritime Festival in Greenport.
All right, so what happens there?
You can go in costume. It's all about the mermaids, the sea creatures. There will be a parade. There's a contest for the best mer people. You can also join in on some other contests that'll get you out on the water, like kayaking and some other activities. You can tour boats as well. The Maritime Festival runs September 23rd to the 24th in the historic Seaport District of Greenport.
Oh, it's so beautiful there. Okay, you think of fall, you think of pumpkins, but you also think of apples.
And there are so many apple festivals that are happening on Long Island this fall. There's one in Huntington, Millneck, and in Massapequa.
Wow, and they all have everything apple and all of the deliciousness that fall has to offer.
And it's all about the sweet treats, especially the apple pies.
These penguins are ready for their treats, and I'm ready for fall.
Me too.
There's so much to look forward to. Don't worry, they're coming soon.
Now, to read more about fall festivals, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Here's what's up on Long Island. The Great Jack-O-Lantern Blaze is back. You can stroll the pumpkin trail surrounded by thousands of hand-carved jack-o'-lanterns. It starts tomorrow night at Old Bethpage Village Restoration.
If I could buy a house on memory lane, I'd put my money down and I'd sign my name.
Why not see Old Dominion? The country band from Nashville continues their No Bad Vibes tour Saturday night at UBS Arena at Belmont Park. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box.
It makes a difference when people see their faces and their experiences reflected in our newspaper. I think it makes them feel seen in some way.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.